Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you guys are having a great Saturday. And thank you guys so much for joining me talking all things Masters of the Universe. Now, today on the channel, guys, as you know, there are two major brands of the MasterVerse line. We have the Origins line here, and we have the MasterVerse line here. There was also CGI, but unfortunately the CGI line is now done. And today on the channel, guys, I thought it would be kind of fun to compare the same figure from both brands and decide which figure or which brand you like the most, or what brand you prefer. Okay, and there's no right or wrong answer here, guys. I mean, each brand is amazing in their own right. Some brands are, the brands have their strengths and their weaknesses. So I picked four random figures. All right, throughout the next couple of days, guys. We have Fisto here from the Origins line and the MasterVerse line here, and today he'll be the main focus. So we'll take a look at the figures in the packaging, and we'll look at the for the figures loosely out of the packaging. All right, and I also have Spycore here. I have Buzz Off here, and Webster. Now, I did not pick any He-Man or Skeletors because there's so many varieties of He-Man and Skeletor out there. It's hard to pick. And of course, He-Man and Skeletor, they're on their own level. I mean, they're in the next level. So maybe down the road, if we get some similar versions of He-Man, like the Thunder Punch He-Man from MasterVerse and Origins, we might do that in Skeletor the same way. But right now, I just picked four random figures here, guys. Because when we do reviews on this channel, for the most part, by wave. It's always, the Origins line figures, and we compare it to, occasionally to the MasterVerse figures, but not, for the most part, it's always with their 80s version, or the Classics version, or Super 7 version, but not really the MasterVerse line. So today, I thought it would be kind of fun, like I said, to look at, both versions of the modern day Master Universe line, alright, and decide whether or not, which one you like the most. Now, for me personally, it's always going to be Origins, and I feel like for the most part, you might be the same way, but I don't know. There's a lot of things about the Origins line I love, slightly more than the MasterVerse line, and I'm not taking nothing away from the MasterVerse line. The MasterVerse line is an absolutely amazing line, and it's come a long way, since their first wave of, Revelation figures, in my mind, especially with that new Eternia line, there's still amazing figures, but for me personally, Origins will always be my number one line, because of the look, paying tribute to the 80s line, that feel and look with more articulation, but they do have some weaknesses, with the Origins line, taking away some of their callback action call out, which I wish they could find a way to give us back, in these amazing figures, but still, they look incredible. They look amazing. They have the same height and scale as the 80s line, and so, and also we have vehicles and play sets, but MasterVerse is still a great line, and I always feel that, the MasterVerse line, in my mind, in my heart, pays tribute to the Classics line, for me, and that line, I never collected the Classics line, and I regret that now, because they came out with some amazing figures, and the reason why I didn't collect the Classics line is because of the height of these figures. They're not that same scale as the vintage 80s, line, so I never, collected the Classics line, and I regret that. And if I can go back in time, and start all over, I would definitely collect the Classics line. So I guess, for me, collecting the MasterVerse line, is my way of, making up for that, But both figures, or both of these amazing brands, are incredible in their own right. They all have great features and looks to the figures and stuff like that. They come with great weapons and stuff like that. I love the fact that, the MasterVerse line comes, for the most part, with soft, good, fabric for their capes and clothing and stuff like that. Their weapons look good. Their face sculpts look amazing. So, yeah, so today, I guess today, we're going to see both versions of these incredible figures throughout the next couple of days, guys. All right? And have some fun. All right? So, like I said, we'll take a look at Fisto right there. And then tomorrow, on Sunday, on Mother's Day, we'll do a brief review of Webster and so forth. All right. So let me get these guys out of the way, the other guys, and we'll take a look at Fisto from the MasterVerse line. And like I said before too, like when we do these reviews, guys, on the channel, it's always like pure way for the most part, you know. And you know, we never really compared. You know, sometimes we do, and sometimes we don't. You know, compare, you know, the Origins version to the MasterVerse version. All right, until now. I mean, so hopefully will join me today. All right, let's get Fisto there. All right, so we got Origins version of Fisto here. I'm going to get my turntable here, real fast, guys, on the table here, because I do have loose versions of both of these versions. All right, and some of these versions we're going to be doing, you know, I don't have a loose version of, so we'll just have to look in the packaging when the time comes. All right, so here, let me get a little bit closer here, guys. My apologies. All right, see if I can get these. All right, so here's the Origins version right here. I mean, straight out of the 80s. I mean, the look, it looks amazing. I mean, come on. Got that same vintage, you know, Red Rocks feel, the MasterVerse logo. Came out in 2021. It looks incredible. All right. Now, one thing about Fisto, and with both versions, here's the MasterVerse, the original package. You can see the original package now. You know, if you've been watching this channel or you've seen the updated packaging, you can see, you know, the difference, you know, in the window box. You know, with the old version, you can see the whole figure, which I loved. With the original packaging for the MasterVerse line, you can see the full figure in the weapon of choice, these extra hands, and I love that. You know, I wish, you know, with the new packaging, with the gorgeous artwork, you know, don't get me wrong, that artwork looks amazing, but it takes away not seeing the full figure in the MasterVerse line, like the original packaging did. And so I wish that, you know, with all that beautiful artwork, you know, it looks amazing, with the updated logo, with the MasterVerse logo, with the new packaging, that they could find a way to, you know, bring back that full window box some way, somehow, you know, to us collectors, you know, because maybe you are a full-on, you know, only an inbox collector. You're not a loose collector, you know. And by seeing the full figure, you can mount it on the wall how you wish, and you can still have your figure out displayed beautifully. So that's one thing about the original packaging. I mean, the new packaging that I wish, you know, Mattel can bring back. Now Fisto right there. Of course, both versions, you know, do lack one thing, and of course they don't. He does not have. In fact, I'll bring them out. I have both versions loose. All right, there's his Origins version. So if I can get him standing up here, right there. All right, and then here is his MasterVerse version right here. Both look amazing, look incredible. All right, turn the turntable on. Now, the one thing about Fisto I never really understood, you know, is of course, you know, his action call out, you know, his fist. Okay. Now, like I said, now real fast, you know, both versions of the Origins line and MasterVerse line does not have that action call out, that action fist, you know, call out, you know, power attack. Okay, like the vintage 80s version. And I don't know if the Classics line, because like I said, I never collected the Classics line. If you did, you know, let me know if it did have that action call out feature of Fisto. You know, but these versions do not. Okay, so that's a downer. Okay, that's a big downer. You know, I wish that Mattel could have found a way to, you know, bring that back in the Origins line for the most part, for the Origins line and the MasterVerse line. Now, for me personally, you know, with Fisto, I never understood why he had a sword. Okay, his weapon of choice is his fist. You know, that armored fist. Okay, so for me personally, you know, it would have been made more sense to me that he had a shield. You know, because this is his weapon right here. You know, his fist and a shield to block. You know, as a defense, and he would use his, you know, his big armored, you know, glove to attack, you know, the bad guys. So having a sword, because I never saw him, you know, he was briefly on Filmation. You know, I think he had like one episode, I think, and he was kind of like a bad guy before he turned good. And he never had a sword, and so I don't know why Mattel decided, maybe you guys know why they decided to give Fisto a sword instead of like something else. Like not even a gun, like a shield. I think a shield would have been a proper choice, and as weapons, and as a weapon of attack, and then he uses the his fist to attack. So but regardless, these are two amazing figures, and the Origins and MasterVerse line, and there they are, both right there. So so you decide, right here. Let's get them off the table, to get them closer right here. What version do you like? Do you like the kind of the classic, kind of Origins feel? Like both versions, you can pop the hands up. Now for the Origins line, you can pop the arms off, you can pop the hands off. This hand here, like the MasterVerse line, but you can pop the arm off from the Origins line. I don't think you can pop. Listen. Yeah, I don't think you can pop the arm off. Okay. Of the MasterVerse figures. Okay. One thing I never really tried, until now. Believe it or not, I never tried that. I never thought about that. About the Origins line with the MasterVerse line, is that I never tried to pop the arm off. How like the Origins line. Okay. Like I said, I always will go, number one, Origins number one for me. Okay. But MasterVerse is an amazing brand. And I also like the fact that, which I never knew with Fisto, you can twist the arm, the fist around, you have them like this or like this. But you can see there's no action call out for both figures. Now the look, they got the same kind of like, vest here, or in a way, white right there. They look amazing. Both versions right there. So sorry guys. So out of the two figures, guys, out of the Fisto, I mean, which one do you prefer, in the collection? Do you like both? Because, like, all said and done, guys, it's Master of the Universe, guys, and we win, regardless of if it's Origins or MasterVerse, They're, like I said, they're two amazing brands here, and they're great in their own right, And I wish, another thing I wish, and I've said this before, I wish that, MasterVerse would give us some vehicles or some sort of play set or something like that, because MasterVerse is more heavily in their figures and not, and that's it, and so that's another downer for me for MasterVerse. But like I said, they've come a long way with their face sculpts, their look and feel, the figures, and Origins, with their 80s style look and articulation, they're incredible, It's like going back in time, like I went back in time, in the 80s as a kid, and with the more articulation, the look with the ball joints, it looks amazing. But the one thing I wish, that they would have found a way to have that action call out, In fact, I have a original Fisto. I mean, which is weird because his head's gone. Unfortunately, I did not decapitate it, and I didn't ruin it. It came, a seller took his entire collection of vintage He-Man toys to TRG Toys and Collectibles. I purchased them, okay, for my collection, because what kind of collector am I if I don't have at least a few vintage figures in the MasterVerse line? And I do have an original Fisto, but only thing about this version, which I'm going to show you right now, he's missing his head, okay? And if I can go online to get a replacement head, or like something, that I can put into the figure to, I would do that. So I might go online at some point and maybe find if they have, it's kind of a weird, search, guys, looking for a Fisto head from the vintage line. If somebody is selling that, you never know. Or I might just have to go buy my, my original 80s version. But give me 1 second, guys, and I'll show you, what I'm, the original Fisto, what I have in my collection here, guys. Give me 1 second, guys. Hang on. All right, guys. Now, once again, guys, please forgive me because, here he is right here. He's missing a head right there. And let me get his 80s version, his Origins version here, For the most part, if you just glanced at it, you can see they're probably like the same figure, okay? Where this one has a more plastic shine to it, and his action call out, which is the main. I'm sorry, once again. You want here? I'm just trying to pop his head off here. Sorry. All right. Let's see what I can do. Like, there you go. So there you go. In a way. So, oops. Sorry. I don't want. But you know that actually call out with it. You know, you see the spring-loaded arm right there. That the origin figures did not do. I really wish they could find a way to do that for us, guys. Let's see if I can do that. So. All right, but like doing that callback right there, the action spring-loaded right there. Of course, the origins line cannot do that because of all the articulation and removing, like you can right there. By doing that, which, I wish for both versions, I wish they could find a way to bring back that power attack, But still, I mean, both versions are an amazing version. They are great in their own way. All right. So once again, guys, I apologize. Oops. Again, for this headless, Fisto, but it's still a great figure. If I can find a head or something like that, or like finding another Fisto here, and I can put a head, and it's a great figure. It's just, it came with his head missing. So, and you can with the vintage line and the origins line, and probably with the classics line too, with the MasterVerse line, you can like customize with the figures with their weapons and stuff like that. You see, this is his origins weapon here. In the hands of the 80s version of Fisto. And they work perfectly. They're beautiful, And another thing I noticed with the 80s, with the vintage line, and I know it's both about I know it's about, origins and MasterVerse, and I apologize. You can see the differences in the arm right there, where, this has that silver bracelet right there in the origins, where his 80s version does not. But anyways, guys, this is, two amazing figures once again, guys. If I can get his... Oops. Give me 1 second, guys. Alright, guys. There we go. So, what is your favorite version of Fisto? Okay. Is it the MasterVerse line or the Origins line as he falls over? Sorry. Oops. Now, I feel like for the most part, a lot of us, including myself, will probably go with Origins, but don't take away from MasterVerse. There's still a great line of figures, and they, like I said, they have improved, at least in my eyes, since their first wave of Revelation figures. All right. All right, guys. Once again, I'd like to take the time now to, of course, thank my subscribers. Thank you for joining me today, guys. If you made it this far in the video and have not subscribed, thank you for subscribing, guys. Please subscribe. All right, I love talking to you guys, all things Masters of the Universe, like the Origins line here, which could be this, the vintage line, the cartoon collection, the Turtles of Grayskull, all right, or the MasterVerse line, who has a variety of great figures and brands, like the Revelation line, like the Revolution. We have New Eternia, Princess of Power. We have, Sunman figures as well. New Adventures of He-Man. I mean, great figures. A couple of CGI figures, CGI line figures. All right. Even movie figures. We have, movie version of He-Man, Skeletor, and Evil Lyn. Beastman's coming very soon. We have Gwildor as another figure from the MasterVerse movie version. Okay. All right. The CGI line is another brand, is an amazing brand to look at. Okay, of course, always hit that like button, guys, and thank you for doing that, guys. It helps my channel to get out there, to grow, for more people who love He-Man collecting like we do, to watch my videos and hopefully subscribe as well. So hitting that like button, it means a lot to me, guys. So thank you so much for doing that. Thank you. Of course, hit that notification bell when you know I upload new videos. And tomorrow on Sunday, and happy Mother's Day, all right, we'll take a look at Webster, his New Eternia version of Webster, and his Origins version. All right, look at the packaging first, and then we'll look at the figures itself, and we can go from there. All right. Of course, hit that notification bell when I upload new videos. Okay. And like I said, oh, I'm sorry, guys. Did I say the wrong thing? I'm sorry, guys. Share this video. I apologize. Of course, always share, who collect, of this amazing brand, guys, from the 80s line to the classics line to now the Super 7 line, to Mondo, to Funko Pops, okay, to, you know, I mean, we have Princess of Power, 2000X, New Adventures of He-Man as well. We have, of course, the Origins line, which is a variety of different varieties of Origins figures, from the Masters of the WWE Universe to the Vintage line here, to this, you know, cartoon collection, to the Turtles of Grayskull. And you can't forget, once again, of the MasterVerse line, the CGI line. Once again, like over 40 years, guys, of this amazing, incredible product, guys. All right. So, guys, you know, I'm sorry for this kind of weird ending. All right. But I hope you guys have a great Sunday. And once again, happy Mother's Day. I hope you guys have enjoyed your, with your moms and stuff like that. All right. So happy Mother's Day to everybody. All right. So, guys, once again, I do apologize for the kind of weird outro. But once again, guys, I hope you guys have a great Mother's Day. And I'll see you guys on Sunday. All right. So take care, guys, and have a good one.